What's up, mobile gamers? It's Johns or Gigs, back with another tier list for you guys. And I'm going to try to go through this one a little bit quicker just so it's not as long. Um, Obviously, hand is still hurt, so we're going to try to do as little gameplay as possible for this next week or so until I find out if it's a fracture or not, which should be like next end of this week, middle of next week. Um, so we'll kind of see how that goes. This is probably going to be one of the easier ones. I think the consensus is pretty simple for this one. You basically have your snipers in this class. All these heroes can either A, one shot an enemy or pretty reliably one shot an enemy. And they have some of them have decent movement. Some of them have really good crowd control, ultimates, and stuff like that. And I think you're going to see a lot of these guys in the OP tier probably, just because they're just so much better than everybody else. They just really excel, and that's where I think a lot of these guys are going to go. So if you guys are like, okay, well, you want to do like CBAS, and all the OP are actually only in S tier, you can definitely do that. Not too worried about that. Honestly, just play whoever you have fun with. You guys know, I literally never play Lacia because she is not my kind of hero, I guess. It's too easy. You know what I mean? She's insanely OP. They did like a damage fall off nerf. She's probably one of the only ones here that got a change that I'm going to even talk about. She got a damage nerf, so she is like it's a damage fall off nerf. So when she shoots, the further the target is, the less damage it does, which is nice. And then they changed her health. So for those of you that are like, is she still OP? The answer is yes. There's pretty much only one reason, and that's right hand peak. So right now, if you were to compare the heroes and you look at your other one shot heroes, they can reliably peak, but they have to be careful because they will expose themselves when they do. Lacia does not have that problem. She can peek whenever she wants for free and line up a headshot without even being seen. Like you can't even see that she's lining up a headshot. She has literally all the best abilities in the game. She's got a ultimate that two taps most heroes from through walls across the map. Um, her tacticals, right? One of them disables auto fire and dashes, so movement ability and a get out of jail free card for most people because they have auto fire. Then you have her second ability, which is the little kunai that she throws that can sense somebody, and it also slows. Just so you guys, I mean, I'd imagine if you guys play her, you know that the kunai slows when it dissipates and explodes. If it's in the radius, so she can literally do all of it. She does all of it. There's really, I guess, she doesn't have an AOE. I guess you could say that. Similar to Judix's ultimate, she doesn't have that AOE potential, but I still think her damage on her ultimate is very, very good, especially because you can literally pop that and kills from through the walls. It reveals the whole team. So even if you only get one kill, you still reveal the entire team to yourself, and you know where they are. So that's always good. And she's obviously OP. I think that's the only one that really got any changes that are really worthwhile. We do have some second ults since doing the tier list, which is incredible. But then again, I mean, there's some characters that don't need second ults. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, you're crazy. Why are you putting Damon in OP? And the reason is she has insane movement ability, right? If you don't stick to a wall, you literally fly across the map. If you do stick to a wall, you can literally jump around and place yourself in the weirdest positions, and you're actually a threat. And that's kind of what Kazuma has going for him now, except I would say Damon does it better than he does, just because she can get away a lot easier. She can deal with flankers with her tactical, right? It does that little like square on the ground where they can't jump or use abilities very well. So you still have that to deal with flankers, even if you look at the gun, right? She has insane headshot damage. She burns through tanks. I think it's 3 shots to kill the average player. She burns through shields, insane. She literally does exactly what Gatlin does, except better, and that's why Gatlin is not going to be in the OP tier. I know a lot of you guys probably are like, that's not surprising, but there'll probably be one of you guys that's like, oh my gosh, Gatlin's insane. And honestly, like everything she can do, Damon can do better. She still has that. It's not one shot technically, but like that burst potential where it's like, boom, 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 you're dead. You know what I mean? It's honestly, if the Damon hits all headshots on you and you're out in the open, you're dead. Done. End of story. And her ultimate's decent. It's got good crowd control, and a lot of the times you can pop it, and it will facilitate kills for your team because all the enemies are like, nah, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to avoid it. They're all on the payload, and you hit like 4 people all at once. That's what she can do. And I think she's very, very overlooked. I think she's just as good as Lacia, if I mean, better for me personally, right? I was going to say if not better, but that's like in a matter of opinion. Like for me, I go like that just because I like Damon better personally. She's cuter, all that kind of stuff. But I get, I'll keep that out of it. So honestly, we're not going to really worry about ordering the tiers too much. I'll put Lacia ahead of Damon, and you guys all saw this coming. Hualing is still OP. They didn't change anything about her. She got her second ultimate back, which on like all that does is she's even better than she was before because the second ultimate will literally disable the enemy for a free headshot. So if you're having trouble, unless it's a tank, you've got the kill, especially if you have a team to back you up, because it will forcibly move them off the objective, even if it doesn't keep them in the tornado. Because I think you can only have one person in the tornado now is how it works. It's been kind of glitchy for me, so let me know what you guys think about the glitches and stuff with it, if that's going to change how you view Hualing. But still insane headshot. She can deal with flankers. She has the passive reveal. She has invisibility, and honestly, this makes her better than Damon in some situations just because of that invisibility. They can't see you. It is so long to be invisible. You pop it and you can just walk to the other side of the map straight up. Not even joking. The only time you should not use it is if you're low health, you jump back and they just stay shooting at you and they'll kill you just because when you jump back it's very predictable unless they're on an off angle and you jump back into cover or something like that. So be careful, right? Obviously, personally, I don't think she needs a nerf. Or Damon. I don't think either of them need nerfs. I don't. They need to remove the right hand peek for Lacia, and she's fixed, pretty much. She's still very, very, very good, but then she's at the level of Hualing. Hualing can't right hand peek. You can kind of like hold the arrow, move out and then in while you fire it, sort of. And the same goes for Osas. Now, a lot of you guys are probably like, why is he OP? And the answer is teleporter. He's already S tier, one of the best heroes in the game. 1 shot, headshot potential, 2 shots on tank, straight up. Probably easier for a lot of people than Hualing, though I prefer Hualing. She's just a little. I feel like his travel weird for me because I'm so used to the drop on Hualing's arrows. But the average player is going to be better with him. He has the smoke, covers either your teammates or you. He has the jumping ability. I'm not going to really take into account the glitch because it should get patched next season. And I really don't want to consider that because if you count the glitch, he's probably S tier. The glitch is just a little annoying because when you scope in, it gets you like slow motion-y or whatever, so whatever you guys want to call it. Slow motion's not fun. You're basically a slug, and then you're dead no matter what. The teleporter's insane. Insane. Insane, insane, insane. If you put it in the right spot, automatic win. Unless your teammates don't use it. So then you have to carry. But I still think a good OSAS can carry a game even if the enemy team is really good. I still think that. I'm not sure if that's kind of like, oh my gosh, that's insane. But that's going to do it for the OP tier. If you guys want to move Hua Ling, Damon, or Osas down to S, that's totally fair. I just think when you can get killed in like half a second by these heroes, it's not necessarily unfair because a lot of heroes can do it, and there's also tanks and healers and stuff like that. But it's difficult for me to be okay with it. I think if you did the damage fall off for the other heroes like they did with Lassia, they are fixed and they're not OP anymore. And Lassia needs to remove that right hand peak or something. Honestly, I have no idea. Put your ideas down in the comments how to nerf Lassia. I feel like there's no way to nerf her without making everybody mad because some people spent $150 on this hero. And if you nerf her to the ground where she's worse than Gatlin, I mean, there you go. Gatlin used to be very, very good. Unfortunately, Tigger has come into the meta. Fort has come into the meta. You have a lot of heroes that disable abilities, which means she can't uber charge, and that's how she does her damage and gets rid of those shields. When you're looking at it, I think she could be really good in certain situations, but most of the time, if it's really that big of a deal, you have to whip out the Gatlin. You just whip out the Gatlin real quick to kill the tank or the healer or whatever, and you're good. If you look at who's OP, now who is the most still sitting hero on this list? It's Gatlin. So yes, her second ultimate is very nice, but you need to get it more often. It's very slow, and it really sucks that it's slow. If it charged like a third faster or something like that, or like 30% faster, I don't know, something like that, I think she'd be A tier and be really good. And guys, she's still B tier, all right? That's average. That's average. I know a lot of you guys are probably freaking out she's at the bottom, but B tier for this is still average in a regular tier list where you have S to D or F or C or whatever. She's still really, really good. Still fun. I think you can play her if you want to. But in terms of like, are you taking her to ranked? Probably not. Are you going to get sniped constantly? Yes, you will. She has no way to deal with flankers. And both her abilities are kind of useless because you have to uber charge and use the other mode in order for it to be worth it. Her second ultimate's bad. Her first ultimate's nice, but she needs to move around, so eventually you'll get trapped when you use it. It just sucks. It really does. I have fun with her. I love her. She's awesome. I can't put her there. I just can't. Hunter, all right? Kind of a spoiler, right? Hunter is probably better than Gatlin. He's got really good damage. He has that reveal. Simply put, you guys, if you want any part of his kit, play somebody else. That's the only reason he's in B tier, is because there's somebody who does what he does better. He's a jack of all trades. Yes, he can corner peek. Lassia corner peeks better. Yes, he can reveal. Lassia, Hualing, and Osas, all of them reveal. Yes, he can push people back. Gatlin can do that. A lot of these heroes have some way to deal with flankers, but he has to use his ultimate to do so. His second ultimate gets a wall. A lot of other heroes, Osas, Mark, I guess if you think about the visual clutter that some of these other heroes have, right, you can still get that wall effect from them, like, because Judix, it's not technically a wall, right? But the objective is to block their vision, and Judix has the flashbang. So for me, I count that. So Judix can do that, and he can't. Or he can, but it's not as good as Judix. So if you're looking at him overall, I think that a lot of heroes do what he does, just a little bit better. And then we're going to go and do Christina. She's A tier. I don't think she's S. A lot of people have been saying she's S. But all you have to do is keep your distance, and especially once you realize how the Christina player plays, how she bounces her grenades, she's very easy to avoid. Her little trap grenades where she throws it and it sticks and it's like a trap, that needs to be fixed. She needs to have another charge, or they need to come back faster during combat or something. Because a lot of the time, as long as she's already got one or two out in a fight, you can push her and you're free to push her. Her ultimate's very good. Both her ultimates are very good. I'm not saying they're bad. They're very good, probably just decent. Nothing wrong with her overall. Her passive is nice, but it doesn't do a lot when that fire damage is there. The jump is nice, but a lot of other heroes can really mitigate that. And it's a very predictable jump, too, because most Christinas aren't going to be able to jump and then hit those shots because the shots, when they hit the ground, don't explode. They bounce. So a lot of the time you miss your shots just because of that. And most people have auto fire on. So overall, I think she's A tier, bottom of A, top of A. Really doesn't matter to me too much. Like I said, the only hero that you're like, okay, where are they at in the tier list relative to their tier? Lacia is the only one. She is very clearly the best and is winning in the OP tier. But the other ones, no big deal. Like Hunter, Gatlin, you can switch those around. Doesn't Not too big of a deal to me. I feel like these tiers are very rudimentary, right? S, A, B, all those gaps is stuff that can really easily be filled with skill. If you play Hunter, he can easily be OP. If you play Damon and you suck, she can be B tier. So keep that in mind. The tiers aren't really that big of a deal. It's like, do I have to pick an A tier? It'd be Christina. Do I have to pick a B tier? It'd be Hunter. You know what I mean? The differences are so small that, to be honest, it's almost not really worth doing a tier list for the damage heroes. So that's my thoughts anyway. I think the OP tier is like the exception. You guys do want to see that. Um, but overall, I just think that it's not too big of a deal, honestly. Like, play whoever you want. Who cares what I say, right? No one cares what I say. Mark, in my personal opinion, I think he's S for me, but I recognize that not a lot of people like his gun. His rocket's a little inconsistent. And if you're looking for an ultimate that blocks vision, his ultimate is the best, and his first ultimate's not too shabby either. So these people that are in A, these heroes, they're not exceptional. They're just really good. They're really good. That's how it is. Um, there's no reason to say you can't play these guys in ranked. You could even play the B tier in ranked. I don't think that's a big deal. You will probably get sniped as Gatlin, but A tier, pretty much that's the way it is. Now, I will say that these guys, they're all very close to the OP heroes. I think they're just missing one thing, right? Judix has a lot of utility, the smoke, the aim, the damage from her ultimate, very good headshot capabilities. But if you're not good at the game, you'll miss your shots, and then you just don't have the potential that all these other heroes have, especially with only 4 bullets. So she can't be OP just because of that. Is the 4 bullets and the fact that she takes a little more skill, and it's pretty much the same with Skady, except for the skill thing is a very big deal. If you're not good with Skady, she's not a good hero. I hate to say that. I know that's going to get a lot of you guys mad. She's very, very awesome, very good, super strong. But if the average player picks her up and they don't do good with her, they're going to hate her and they're going to be like, oh, this sucks. The web is very nice for stopping healers, for pinning down tanks, and sometimes with your snipers, depending. And the fact that she has 8 probably puts her over Judix. No, you know what? I can't do it. Judix has a lot of utility, and what she brings to the team is just a little bit better than Skady. Not that Skady's not deserving of S tier. She definitely is. But most players are going to be like, well, Skady versus Judix. If you can handle your ammo and hit your shots, I say Judix. If you like the flexibility of Skady like I do, then I would say Skady. The web's nice. The I don't know. It's like a flip. When she does the little flip, it reloads her ammo. A lot of the times that can catch people off guard. The dance ultimate's back where you throw it and they just start running in a direction. So that's always good. I am trying to be a little quicker. We're doing pretty good. We're doing good on time. I'll slow down a little bit. I'm not sure what I want to say about Skady that doesn't take me into an hour long rant on how much I love her. She's awesome. If I'm looking at like best, okay, here, real quick for you guys, right? Best girls, right? You're all the way down here, all the way down here, and probably I know I'm from the Midwest, okay? Don't like cowgirls. Not really my type, all right? Skady. Ooh, you know what? Ooh, okay, here we go. We're gonna go like this. That's the best girls, all right? If you're best girls, for those of you that want to be like, okay, who's best girl? This is who it is. You know, right? You already know what I'm about to say, right? They got that dommy mommy type of vibe to them. If you guys are internet trolls, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, Damon's like they're crazy. I think Skady is a little bit more fun than Damon, right? So if you like that scary mean girl that always bullies you and teases you, then it's Damon. If you like one who's like punk rock, super fun, singing in the car trip type girl, it's Skady. So I totally forgot where everybody is at this point. It's going to take me longer to organize them than it is to talk about. I think that's what we had pretty much. Skady's really good. Like I said, very awesome. I am very biased, okay? I want to put her in OP, but I won't. I recognize that she's more of a selfish hero. What she offers is damage and flexibility, and she's more of a nuisance, almost like an off flanker, if that makes sense. You have your off tanks where they kind of flank and they do damage and stuff like that. So instead of just holding down the point, I think she's kind of like an off damage flanker slash role, and I think she does it just as well as Mark does. I kind of want to put him up here. Um, for the movement, right? For the movement, we'll just do that because it's nice to move him around. I feel like having the ability to move around the battlefield quicker is pretty good. Like I said, S to A, not a big deal. A to B, not a big deal. Not really that big of a deal for me where you guys put these guys and where you are cutting off tiers. You're like, okay, well, A is obviously the worst hero in the game. Those are all bad heroes. You don't want to use A or B. That's not really the case. Gloria, straight up, dude, she's been top 10 heroes forever. She right hand peeks insane. She has a shotgun and a regular gun. She has the little trap for dealing with flankers or watching your back. Her ultimate, very good for singular damage, and then her second ultimate is very good for the team. And honestly, it can turn team fights very crazy, very crazy. She just is lacking in a little bit of utility, like Lacia or Judix and stuff like that. The utility heroes, utilities all the way up there, you guys. Just no one does what Judix does for the team. That's straight up. All these heroes are like carry heroes. You don't even have to hit your shots as Judix to help out the team, which is something I really like. If they changed her hair, oh my god, I don't want to get on a rant because this video is already long. If they changed her hair to long hair, she's up here. Just the short hair is so stupid, and it's like that butch hairstyle that it's so bad. And it's not like a pixie cut that's like cute. It's like a Karen haircut. Like, I'm gonna go talk to the manager. I hate it. And something about her face is just weird. Like, look at the cuteness, right? In Gloria and Jude, like Gloria's face is just cuter. You know what I mean? Like that like swoop in front of the eye. That's how you do it. This looks like grunge type, and it's not even hot emo like Skady's. If they changed her hair, I would just like I'd like her so much more. And her face is very manly, as is Christina's. That's why she's down here. Not really, but if I were to give her a reason that she's down here that's not based on her kit, she just has a weird face. I don't know if that's just me, maybe. You know, Gloria. Sorry, back to Gloria. Back to Gloria. Not ranting about Judix's hairstyle. Um, Gloria's awesome. She's so many people's favorite characters, so many skins. She has nothing wrong with her. Like there's no downside to her kit. The right hand peak's crazy. She's old reliable. If you want to know if you're good at T3, pick up Gloria. Straight up. If you're like, man, I feel like I'm losing a lot, pick Gloria, see how it goes. I guarantee you, you'll be like, damn, this game's awesome. That's how it's going to go. Most people who play Gloria love her. There's a reason she's probably the most picked hero. Don't quote me on that, right? I'd say she's the most picked hero. It's the hero that I almost always see. There's always a Gloria in my game, whether it's my team or their team. You can't go wrong with Gloria. Can't go wrong with Skady or Judix either. Mark has that movement. He's that boy. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, I think this is good. We're sitting at a good time. Let me know what you guys think. Should the whole tier of OP heroes be nerfed or just Lacia? Like I said, I think if you bring Lacia in line, you move all the OP down to S and maybe a few of the S into A, and then you're good. And you move Christina down to B. If you're going to nerf Lacia and she's no longer the strongest hero, I just think in order to compete with Lacia, you have to have one of these three heroes or another Lacia, or you just got to be cracked and play Aletta and stuff like that. Or you guys know you play Diggy. Come on, you know what I'm saying. Uh, I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. I feel like this is the easiest one because, truthfully, none of the tiers matter except for Lacia and then debatably some of the other OP heroes. You can play whoever you want for damage. It's the most flexible role. Everybody picks damage, and that's why it's just fun. All the heroes in damage are good. There's no you can pick whoever you want. You're gonna have a good time, and they all have that carry capability. If you really pop off and you pull an atomic where you don't use any abilities and you just kill the whole team over and over and over and over again. So that's my thoughts on it. My favorite hero, you guys, to play right now is probably Skady and Damon. Those are my two favorites right now, just for my personal play style. Um, I, and they're hot, right? They're hot. You know what I'm saying? I always play the cute girls. I don't even. Mark could be the most broken hero in the game. I wouldn't touch him because I like to play the cute girls. That's how I roll. So choose whoever you want. Choose whoever has a cool skin. Lastia's in a paywall too, so not really pay to win, but like pay to have a chance to win, if that makes sense. So I really do want to hear your thoughts. Keep an eye out for the other tier list because I think they're going to be a lot more impactful than this one, all of them, because this one's just kind of like, you can put any of these guys wherever you want and no one's going to get upset with you. So, like I said, B is still really good. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And let me know if you want me to do Vanguards or support next. I think we're going to do Vanguards. I'm not really sure yet, though. So we will see you in the next one.